We last time we realized we were filming on a potato, so we upgraded the equipment, got better viewing quality. We ended up $11.06 last time. For those of you who don't know, we're gonna be playing $5 zone poker. We're running up $150. We're doing it all live. We've got a range chart right here to keep us honest. It's got all the hands that you open up from each position. And we're just going to be playing some zone. We'll see how far we can get. I was looking up today that short deck is actually getting big, so I might look into that. That looks pretty cool. To learn some short deck poker, it just seems so volatile and crazy. So I think that'll be a cool thing to look into next. Hopefully this loads. We'll be folding the deuce king and hoping to get a. I think our computer's lagging a bit. I think it'll pick up as we continue going. Get the nice fold of the ace king. I think it's pretty standard. We raised a little bit larger. I think we raised to about 60 cents because we were out of position. Here, the 8-9 suited. I think you could go for a call. I think sometimes you could 4-bet, but I just think we're going to let it go. I don't want to get into a huge pot early. I think you can definitely fold that with a certain frequency. Here we will be getting into the mix with ace-9. Bring to about 35 cents. We'll open the queen-king. Taking it down. Yeah, so we got some backdoors. I think you could definitely lead. I think it's just good to just check. And we hit the queen. It's pretty good. Probably barrel 20, 25 cents. Get him to fold maybe heart draw. If he has 4 hearts, he might fold for this bet. It's a good card. It's a pretty good card. How much value do we go for? I think most of his range is going to consist of weak pairs, so I don't think we can go for too much here without him reshoving. Yeah, if we go much larger, we're mostly only going to get called by an 8, I feel like. So I like betting small there. We'll be betting 11 cents with top pair here. Don't think he had too much to continue on with that board. We'll call the 5 cents. We're no nit here. Tough flop. Didn't hit anything, so we'll just check. I mean, I guess we have one back door, but it's kind of a weird one anyways. Six-nine offsuit. That's a good card, though. That's our getting closer to hitting our straight, but obviously 3 to a flush is a little worrying. I think we can just let it go. Any diamond out there is pretty much neutralized, so we'll fold that. And we have bottom set here. I think we just want to fold out a lot. I think we're, with the 4 of spades, I think we're less vulnerable to being outdrawn. Yeah, even so, I'm not super afraid. I think we now can get value from single large spades he has, ace of spades, king of spades, queen of spades, jack of spades. But yeah. And we have that 4 of spades blocker to his ace 4 suited, his 4-5 suited hands that might make flushes. So it's not the worst of floats with the bottom set. to just try and let him hit. Maybe, I think the ideal there would be like a Broadway offsuit card, like a Queen of Hearts, King of Diamonds or something, so that we can get more value from overcards. Do we call this? I think against the two strongest ranges on the table, we'll let 7 King offsuit go. Don't really think it performs too well multi-way. Multi-way obviously meaning multiple people see the flop. And with King of Diamonds here, I think it makes more sense to like kind of check call, see if we can catch up a bit. That's probably one of the best cards, so we'll barrel about, try to build this pot a little bit. Obviously we still only have King High, so we don't want to go crazy. And here, since we were the pre-flop raisers against his big blind, I think we can lead a little bit large, kind of semi-bluff him, pretend we have one of those aces and kings, and then just kind of check it down for the rest of the flop. That would kind of make sense to me. Maybe 2 more bluffs, because we do get value now from like aces and kings that we don't really block. So, you know, if he has an ace, a weak king, which is pretty much likely that he'll call from the big blind, we get value from it. And that's probably one of the worst cards, as we get 3-bet with 10 queens suited. I think we just fold. Yeah, we're in position, but I like calling with some stronger combos like 10 jack or queen jack suited, king jack suited, less or more than I like calling with 10 queen suited. So we're going to 3-bet the ace king of hearts here. We get position on everyone left, and I think this puts a lot of pressure, and we perform well against most of his range that can call. Here, if we call, I think we're pretty much forced to get it in. It's a good bet. It's a good re-raise, I think, and then I can call it. I think some of the time we would shove, but with, well, yeah, I think it's close either way. Yeah, I don't see anything advantageous about shoving. I mean, yeah, so we're just going to keep milking it for all it's worth. Obviously, we have the nut flush, so that's always nice when he just shoves out of position. This is why he probably played zone, so, you know, nothing difficult there. And that's probably not the best of shoves. But it's definitely an argument to call ace-king, because especially in zone, I think it consists of more pocket pairs that people are putting into their 4-bet ranges, because people's 4-bet ranges aren't as developed, I think, as maybe higher stakes. So I like the call with ace-king suited, and it worked out. King 5 offsuit here. I think we can call once. And then maybe 3-bet this hand. I don't like as much of a call with this hand, and we're not going to go for the 4-bet though. And we got King 5 here. We got King of Spades, so that's always nice. Little backdoor equity that we can probably call a 3rd pot bet and float a little bit, and that's not the card we wanted at all. So here we're going to call. I think you could 3-bet this hand, but, you know, not the worst calling end. Here, this could be a lot of 7/8s, 4/3s. So I think we balance our bluffs of like very strong top pairs with equal amount of just air. And like that's, maybe you would need a little bit stronger like king jack, but I think king 10 suited is a fine combo with that backdoor flush draw. Yeah. We're gonna let it go. We don't like overplaying a small blind. Redonkulous position. And yeah, I mean, so far things are going well. We're up a little bit of money. Haven't gone broke yet. I think it's coming. It's definitely going to come. We're going to lose 20 buy-ins in one session, and that will be fun. You know, I know all my fans out there, you'll be devastated. You'll be so sad when we finally achieve our road to broke. We're going to be raising up King 10 offsuit here. And picking up H6 offsuit. Yeah, I think you could call multi-way. It's probably worse. I don't know if this makes it better or worse, but I mean we're in the big blind. I think it's fine to call once. Still have ace high, so you know it's not bad. Here you could 3-bet. I'm actually gonna call. I think it's like a little passive, but you know 3 ranges behind me. A lot of pressure they could put on me. I like to avoid that in these earlier positions, especially since his range raising from the hijack is probably a little bit stronger. We'll just let it go. Maybe that's an argument to 3-bet that the button doesn't come along and do stuff like that. But we will be 3-betting ace queen off. But like I guess what my reasoning there too is like it sucks to just fold king queen off when we get 4-bet, because I don't think we can really call 4-bet with the offsuit combo. I think obviously with like the ace queen we have ace king, so we have some ace king, so like betting on this kind of flop makes somewhat sense. And yeah, we'll play. That's a pretty good card. I think ace king would have 4-bet me pre-flop, so I'm gonna just keep on barreling. I think we probably have the best hand a lot of the time, and you can pretty much get into position to stack his king queen. I don't think he has as many jack 10 offsuit combos that call or 3-bet. It would be mostly jack 10 suited, and if so, it is what it is. But I mean, with 276 left, we're risking 276 to win. Pot $4. I mean, top 2, we kind of got a call, right? I don't see a problem with that, and we get setted. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think he raises some like king queen combos. He bluffs there with like jack queen. I guess with that queen of clubs blocker we could fold a certain percentage, but I think we're just gonna preemptively fold this. I don't see any backdoor equity that we turn too much. But yeah, I mean ace queen is just such a tough hand to play that I don't know. I don't know if that was right. Obviously, we could have hit a queen or an ace, so I guess we have 4 outs, so like maybe about 8% there. But this is a tough situation. I'm just going to let the 2s go. We'll let ace queen offsuit go. We'll let queen 4 suited go. Yeah, and we also have good blockers to like reasonable sets. Like he's less likely to have queens. He's less likely to have aces there, obviously. I guess maybe we can narrow his range to some kings, but they probably 3-bet us. So like, I mean, I don't see it ridiculous for him to shove like jacks as we misclick here. That wasn't supposed to happen, but I guess that's a decent flop for us to see the next card. Pairs us up, so it's not too crazy to do anything. That's a good card. We'll be barreling 31 cents, and I just feel like that's like a weak 5. I don't know. Does it just like maybe we chop, but Not worth it to look it up. Oof. Overbets this river. In my experience, it's never been great to hero call with like just one pair. Maybe with two pairs. I think that's at the very least my threshold there is calling with two pairs. As you can see from me already being stacked once. We definitely want at least a two pair because they show up with the nuts sometimes. We're going to be 3-betting this a little bit larger. I think he opens 12 cents, so you can put a little bit more pressure on that open, and we take it down. Yeah, I'll definitely examine the ace-queen offsuit hand, because like that's gonna... It's a situation I don't know too well. It's very close. Very well done with the pot odds. It's a good turn. It's a good turn. It obviously means that we slow down action with him. I think, we don't get much value from like anything. So like we're trying to make him semi-bluff. Because I mean, what is there? Like 3, 2, 3, 4. And after that, like we'll bet 11 cents and fold to like a massive check re-raise. But I think this gets value from that range. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Week one card flushes, We also got some Gatorade, staying awake. For $2, probably not. I don't think we can call profitably. Especially with one more person to act behind us, he might sometimes pick up a hand. Queen 5 suited, no. 5-10 offsuit, definitely not. 4-9 off is no more. Yeah, maybe not multi-way, super multi-way. This is worth a call though. Not anymore. Damn. Nothing good. Come on, we need some action, guys. Let's get some aces. Let's get some aces so I can start winning some money. We'll raise it up to 41 with the 9s. Maybe, I think a pretty standard play, especially in the small blind. So, no problem there. We'll probe this again. Again, this probably shouldn't happen with as much frequency. I think last stream we definitely focused on folding our ace-10 offsuit a lot. So this stream, I think we can mix in maybe 1 or 2 3-bets as we get called by every single player. So here we're still going to 3-bet. A lot of small blind play. Don't like it. Setting us up to lose money. Don't have any backdoor equity. It's tough to play out of position against the aggressor, so we're gonna let that go. Still got 8s here, so I think it makes sense to lead. We obviously raised pre-flop, so we have most kings in our range, strong kings that is, so we could turn 8s, and yeah, we still have most of the pocket pairs. He would probably 3-bet me or 4-bet me with like 10s plus, even 9s sometimes mixed in, so it's likely our 8s are good. It's likely he might have a 7. And that 10 card on the river, it affects stuff a little bit, makes me kind of want to check call, but it still puts this very solidly into the check call range. Yeah. A7 offsuit here, we're going to just probably let it go. Yeah, we'll call. We'll call ones. I think that's fine, actually. It's just such a small amount. I think in general, like against these two like really wide ranges, you can 3-bet a little bit more. And what happened here? All right, multi-way, we'll let that go too. I think we're getting loose, guys. Top pair, weak top pair, backdoor equity. We're just going to be checking that, see what happens on the turn. Bing, 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 bing. All right, let's lead a little bit into them, see if we can extract some value. Start building this pot with trips. It's very unlikely that he shows up here ever with jacks. This seems like a weak pair to me, and I think the easiest way to get called by something like that is going to be to overbet and see if he can call us with, he'll call us with jack, ace jack or something, but I don't put him on too many. I think that's like pretty much the nuts there, I guess. Especially since he limped pre. We're going to call with queen 10 suited. Pretty bad flop, so we're just going to check it down. Don't want to go super multi-way. We're out with that hand too. Nice. Finally got kings, boys. Finally got kings. We're raising with kings, obviously, and then picking up a nice paired board. So definitely want to just continuation bet about 2/3 pot, build the pot. Makes sense to me. We get value from a lot worse. Some amount of sixes, probably more like weak pocket pairs would be my guess here. I don't put them on too many sevens. So I don't really know why I did that. I just guess I was kind of scared of the flush. Yeah, I don't think that's an optimal bet size at all. But I was scared of the sevens. I was like, what do you call 2 times in a row? And then, I think it does have some flush draws, so. We'll let this go. We'll let this go too. They're just kind of marginal hands. I know, like, you can definitely get some value from maybe playing them sometimes, but we're on the billionaire stream, okay? We're here to maximize value to become billionaires, all right? We don't mess with ace-6. It's useless. Jack-5. We don't even care if they 3-bet us with jack-9 offsuit. Things getting thrown away. Ace-3 suited. We're going to raise. King-10 offsuit. What do we do here? I mean, it's like, it's close, but we'll just let it go. Nice. Flop the gut shot. That's what we play these combos for every once in a while. So, we have most of the strong kings, so I want to maximize the pressure I put on these blinds. Because they'll show up here with just some weak combos. It's really unlikely they have ace-king. And if you had like king-6 here, even that would be not sure on some of the turns. So 5-9 suited here. We're going to be calling. We got king-10. Obviously fantastic for our hand. We basically have the nuts here. Oh, and this is definitely the nuts, so we're just going to... Oh, I couldn't have gone even better. Got so much better. Queen eye takes it down. King 8 offsuit. Probably not good enough. This is an interesting hand that I do just want to mix these in. I think playing aggressive from the small blind in zone makes a lot of sense. Probably my most aggressive position. Nice. See, we've taken down at least 3 of those, and that's just been pre-flop, so that's a huge, huge chip up for when you're playing zone. Queen 6, I think we can call once here. Definitely don't see a problem with that. And we flop another, not a gut shot actually, not even close. Maybe we'll call once probably though. And we're just 3-betting from the small blind. I mean, that's just going to be our whole session today. Yeah, what did I say? Call once. I think that makes sense against a half pot bet. We turn a lot of good cards like that. That's a great card. And damn it. Wow. we whiffed. Doesn't make too much sense to bluff. Maybe it does make sense to bluff. We do have that blocker to the nuts. We're in the big blind. We have more sevens. Yeah, he has more overcards, I think. But we're out of position, so it's kind of tough to string together a bluff there. Maybe like a third pot bet would get him out with the ace-queen, king-queen, queen-jack combos that he might like just bluff with. It's an interesting spot to think about. 10-6 offsuit, we're out with that hand. Don't want to play it. Don't want to play this either. I just want aces, guys. Why can't I just pick up aces every time? Then I don't have to think about the decisions I make. We're going to be folding 8-king offsuit, and we'll call with 9-10 offsuit in the big blind. I think that's a fine combo to see if we can hit anything. Got a little bit backdoor equity over cards. It's not the end of the world. Multi-way, though, definitely doesn't matter as much. Okay. Now we've got about 9 outs. Discount maybe like 1 diamond, so 8 outs, probably about like realistically 16% that we don't hit. So, ooh, is there an argument to bluff this combo? No, I think I'd like the ace of diamonds. And so we've just taken out every single small blind we've 3-bet, so that's pretty gnarly. 3-betting's broken, guys. That hurts. They didn't even have a diamond blocker. Maybe we should have 3-bet them. Or bluffed. We're definitely be 3-betting this hand. We've watched a couple of videos on Upswing about that. So we definitely want to mix these in. I think the reasoning for that was due to them. A lot of people will play suited aces, and they'll play ace-5 and ace-4, right? And so having that 4-6 suited is kind of a gnarly combo. He raises 4x under the gun. I don't want to fold 10-king in the big blind, but I'm definitely wary of his range. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't think people 4x it that often with just like random garbage, but maybe that's a bad read. Got a nice backdoor equity. He just led. Yeah, I think on the worst turns we'll just let it go. I stand by that call though on the flop. I think it's fine. And 6-9's getting out of there. Fold that combo. My chat's blowing up. You can see so many people are watching this stream. We actually haven't let to look at the charts at all, but we'll make sure it's centered and everything. I think we've been pretty much playing standardly. I think Ace King's gonna be a four bet just against that small 3 bet. And this, I think we can also mix in. I like this combo the most just due to it hitting the top straight. I don't think we can fold ace king. Still have ace outs. It's like kind of brutal, but it is what it is. Yeah. What are you going to do, guys? Stack twice. What did I say? Road to broke, boys. Road to broke is beginning. Yeah, what are you going to do? I think you got to call ace king there. If there's any chance he shoves kings and queens, just call. Ace king's too good. King 5 offsuit. Yeah, we have a king. Nice suited combos. Think a pair. We'll fold that. It's not worth it. Down about up still, I think, about like $3. So, you know, that's how you just punt off the money. I think this just goes check, check too often, so we just want to lead small, get a little bit of value. And from our just nice rivered 2 pair. Yeah, just let it go. Don't want to 3-bet that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about Ace King? I think the majority of people will tell you that like it's pretty bad to fold there. I think just also the equity of just having like a $10 stack in zone after that is just really nice. So yeah, I can pull it up on my phone too if I wanted to do out those equities, but I think most of the time the equities are about like it's kind of a near flip. And that's only if he's shoving premium hands. And sometimes people are just tilted. Sometimes they'll just shove like queen 3 offsuit. Not as often. Doesn't seem to happen as much to me, but we got it again. I think suited this combo makes some sense. I want to play larger pots with this. I want to put some pressure on the 2x blind range. And it lets us lead weaker flops like this that really don't connect with him too much, and kind of say we have more of these pocket pairs, and we would continue on pretty much anything but a board pair. This kind of sucks. He leads pot into us, but you know. And ace high might be good here. Not ridiculous, but no. 5s are good. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, the 3-bet there is probably pretty decent, because then, you know, we do get to put on some pressure. 2 hands like that. Yeah, here, once again, I think it's pretty nice combo to isolate. I don't think you want to do this too much, so I'll probably be chilling with the 6-4 suited after this, but I mean, against 3 callers, last one, like I'm out of position. I don't want to call this hand, but it's too good to fold, I think. It's just got a lot of implied odds that we don't hit. We have a lot of ace-queen combos, so I think this is like kind of like a one-and-done combo that we can bluff here. Probably like 64 makes sense to me. And we'll probably just passively play the turn river. Well, we did just flop a gut shot. No, I think it's not too much that he's gonna. We just want some hearts. We just want more equity here, and it's just like his range is pretty strong. We might just win this pot now. How many jacks does he show up here with? Not as many. I guess this is value from his queens. I don't know, guys. I don't really know, man. It seems like a punt. A real punt. But, I mean, like, he doesn't have too many jacks, right? Oh, my God, dude. Doug Polk's a genius. Wow. 6-4 suited. I guess it plays well, huh? Plays well. That dude's so tilted. Seeing, he's like, what are these fish doing? 6-4 suited. God. All right, ace king. We've got 2 overs and the nut flush. So this is why I would lead. If I didn't have 2 overs, I don't think we ever lead that, just because you want to be able to realize that equity. Here he doesn't have as many kings. We have that backdoor flush, so I do like just betting. I do like just betting, so yeah, you know, I mean, we get him to fold a lot. I mean, ace 10's a win, ace queen's a win, although he just limped, right? So it's probably more like he's trying to set his price, but I don't really understand what he's trying to like see on the river. I really just want him to fold a king. So if there's any chance that he folds a king to this bet, I think we ought to do it, because this is so many times just the king, right? Because like, what else would you feel secure betting 15 cents? But I'm not too sure. I am not too sure there. Yeah, right? Because you would, unless he had a flush draw, that might be a flush draw, which makes it better for me to 3-bet. But with a king, queen of spades blocker, it makes it less likely, but he definitely has like 5-6 suited there. That might be what he limped. That might be exactly what he limped, like 4-7 suited, 5-6 suited. And this sucks. This is probably one of the worst positions to have ace-jack. I think given the action, we can just kind of let it go. Ace-jack's just kind of a shitty hand. Never really like hits that hard, unless you obviously flop the nut straight, but then it's hard to get value. Okay. So we got pocket pairs. Oh my god. I mean, I just think like he has sevens here that destroy us. I think jacks plus usually will 4-bet us. So to me, this just looks like ace king suited or something. Like we gotta get our value from him. Nice. Yeah, got caught with the nines as we flop the set. Wow. Nines are making us so much money in so many different ways. All right. I think here we just call. I don't see too much that we get out flop by. I mean, I guess against with a flush. I guess with a flush and 2 other people left to act, we want them out of there. That's my reasoning there. Yeah, and his leading range here is probably going to be pretty strong. That's a tough card. That's a really tough card. 7-8 suited would make sense, but I mean, in a lot of ways, he probably has a lot of aces. So we're going to go for 86 cents of value against his ace combos, ace 10. You know, yeah. All right, nice. We'll take it down too. We're at the exact bottom of our range, so maybe he folds for 9 cents. Absolute bottom of our range. This is how you get bluffs through in the micros. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. 9-cent bluff. You can tell, guys. We're going for every inkling of value that we can get. Jack 3 suited, 10-5 offsuit. No. Don't like any of these hands. Don't like any of these hands. Yeah, I guess we'll have to be playing a flop with 7-3 offsuit. Just kidding. Just kidding. So yeah, we've had some pretty crazy hands. I don't know. Good hands to review. Weird shoves with nines after not 3-betting or 4-betting the flop. I mean, I guess he puts max pressure on my ace kings, ace queens, but I mean, I do have a lot of pocket pairs there, so it's not the best to shove. Ace 9 offsuit here. We're probably going to be raising. This is a good one actually to take a look at. No, it's a fold. And threes, it's probably a fold too. Yeah, I mean, when we lose to even his like ace 4s or 6-4 suited, you know, it's pretty gnarly. So, pretty gnarly. We're going to be calling it with queen 10 offsuit here, and we'll probably be folding 3 jack off in big blind. Nice. Okay, we got some backdoor equity here. It's not the end of the world. It's a pretty weak combo, though. He has more aces, but I have more of, like, the nines and more of the queens, too. So that's probably the nuts. basically in this hand, I would think. And we want to get paid from his nines, so we want to kind of polarize here. You get crazy calls in the micros. Obviously, we'll be folding to like an over bet. Or no, a 3-bet. Because that usually means he slow plays his ace. But that might get value from like ace 9 or 9 king. I guess maybe not ace 9 anymore. We're going to let these two combos go. King 9 suited, we're hoping for the best. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll definitely take that. And we'll bet probably 2/3 pot. Makes sense to me. Jack 10 offsuit in the cutoff is going to be a raise. So a solid raise. So we're going to be raising that. Yeah, the cutoff and buttons seem to be just way more expanded ranges. So it's always nice. We're going to call, obviously. Not going to let this combo be going on this kind of a board. We'll probably be trying to get a little bit more value than 5 cents here because he's trying to set his price for like flush draws. I think when he leads 5 cents, it's very unlikely he has like ace jack or jack queen or jack king. What the hell? It's a weird line. Maybe he gets paid with something. King 5. Yeah, trips make sense there. We were right though, you know, no jack queen, no jack king. I don't know if that was actually a good call. I'd love to. Need to pick that hand up. Probably punt it off some money. Always got to take into account the trip combinations. Bottom pair here. I just want him to fold like just any kind of equity turns on the river. And yeah, I think that's close, but not a great combo to play. We don't have to get into the mix with too many of these crazy loose hands in the big blind all the time. Although I definitely like mixing it up in the big blind the most. And easy folds all around, easy folds. This is a call, you know, we're doing it all live, guys. We're doing it all live. I hope nobody's stream sniping me. Obviously, with 0 followers, that makes it a little easier. So, we don't have any followers here. I actually fold this on a lot of king combos because we have some backdoor. I think we can let it go. And we'll fold that too. Mm, 6-10 offsuit. Okay, okay. Nice 3-bet, sir. And we'll be calling king 3 suited in the big blind. Folding 9-5 offsuit most likely. Ooh, that's a nice flop. Definitely want to just kind of check call this combo. I want to see a turn. I don't want to get check raised. Be in a bad spot. That's a fine card. Don't think it's going to change too much. Makes us get to a lot of rivers. It's not a great card to like build this flop on too much, and we river our flush. So yeah, I mean it makes sense just to kind of like max value, try and get paid off from the queen. This is kind of the line you gotta take when you take such a passive line. But there's also obviously the check, but I just think that it so often will just go check. And you can bet small too, but I just wanted to maximize it there. And I think That's fine at some certain amount of frequency. And you just so rarely river that flush. Calls. Once again, this is kind of the hand we would want him to be calling with, so we'll just check once and play some rivers. Obviously not a great river. I think we just got to check it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think we lost the least, so didn't lose much money. You only got one streak of us betting with a combo that could have gone for 2 streaks. Streaks of value. Once again, I like taking the initiative. We got position. Ace 10 offsuit blocks some of their aces. It's not the best combo to raise, but it's decent enough. I did not expect the small blind to come along as often, but I think we'll let 3-10 suited go. Oh, well, actually, game saved us. He leads pot into us. What the hell? I mean, we're not folding top pair, obviously. We're obviously scared of sets. He's not scared of sets. With a weak top pair, we now lose to Queen Jack. We now lose to Jack 7. I think it makes sense to get away from it now. I think that symbolizes to me a lot of sets. You know, limp, call the 3 bet, and then just start shoving pots into me. Like, it's like, okay, my guy, okay, you know. We still want to get value from a lot of his combos. Here, it makes sense to somewhat re-raise, and this is kind of sick. I hope we're good here. I mean, like, what does he have? Okay, top pair. That's one way to do it. He called a 3-bet. He's got about 3/4 of a pot bet left, which is kind of where we wanted him. Obviously not the best of turn cards. But I mean, like, what does he have here? Like, ace-jack? And, like, do you really, like, lead ace-jack, call larger, you know, re-raise? So, might be getting stacked here with a lot of his combinations, but no. All right, nice. Stacking aces, baby. Stacking aces. Hell yeah. That feels good. Well, every time you lose aces, it's the worst. It's the worst, man. But I think we played pretty standard. I'm pretty happy with that play. And we get trip 4s, man. Zone poker's treating us well today. Who knew, man? Who knew? I thought I was bad at this game. I'm just kidding. There's no way our heater can keep up as long, but we'll try and see if we can collect as much money as possible. He called 1, right? So makes sense to just kind of size up. We got so many draws, so many bluffs here that we can be doing this with. So he's got so many draws and so many bluffs that he can be doing this with. Great bluff card that just, I mean, this combo's pretty gnarly. I don't even, did we raise this combo? We really want to polarize on this, like, snap calls us. Wow. Wow, okay. Micros. Snap call. What would you snap call? He must have had a 4, right? 6-7 offsuit. It's too nitty. Don't want to be a nit here. This guy will probably come along. Good odds to draw. As we flop a nothing. So, it's fine with me. It's like 15 cents. 12 cents. So, 12 cents to win, you know, 39 cents is pretty good odds. You have that with most of the combinations you got pre-flop, especially ones that have the potential to make straights pretty easily. And 7-10 suited, just going to let that go. Again, playing mostly a 3-bet strategy out of the small blind. I think that makes the most sense. And here with aces, we want to make it a little bit larger so that when someone behind me picks up a hand, they have to obviously 4-bet pretty large, which would be our ideal. Yeah, that's ideal. As you can see, It gets a lot of people out of there, and then we can kind of put in another re-raise. I think this deep stacked, it doesn't make as much sense, but we want to be playing large pots with aces, and we're out of position, so we would like to just take it down pre. But yeah, this is interesting. That's why we 4-bet. I mean, it's like he doesn't have as many 5s, 2s, 7 sets, obviously, so we can lead aces pretty vigorously here. That's obviously not ideal, but not the worst. And with about 3/4, we're just going to get it in here. Hopefully he doesn't only show up here with queens. And we get the fold. Huge pots with aces, baby. I think deep stack plays is one of the toughest things ever. But we set ourselves up by leading large on a blank flop, keeping his range. I guess that was tightening his range, so maybe not the smartest. But I mean, how many combos there? Like, we want him to fold queens, and so that on those rivers, I don't know. I think it's a tough thing to play. So I'd love to see if that's approved in terms of out of position, if that's how you should play aces. I don't really know. But big pots, tough zoom play with a really large stack. I mean, he had like 28 bucks. I had like 16. So considering we all started with $5. So we're going to be raising pretty large here against two people. We got out of position to the button, obviously, but take it down, 10 cents. Nothing we had to do there. Once again, we're going to be raising pretty large, two people. It's going to make you want to re-raise larger, especially in zone. I really want these ranges to not consist of garbage so we can correctly play some of the lower flops that we're going to be getting. We'll mix in just nothing hands that we raise here. So here it's really interesting. He's trying to set his price. I think we can go for like, I think it just makes sense to call. It doesn't make too much sense to re-raise. Like, you know, we're just going to get banked by his sets. He'll keep bluffing with his pairs. Obviously, it's a fantastic turn card. I mean, it makes it so much easier. But like, now when we bet smaller, maybe like 118, I actually think maybe we should have just shoved him in. But I mean, he'll be so priced in to call so many rivers that just he doesn't have the odds to draw, and this sets him up to maybe shove, bluff shove. I don't know. Yeah, it does set him up to bluff shove. I mean, if he has a boat, he has a boat, right? Like, we're not going to fold here, obviously. And we stack his. Oh my god, no. Oh, that hurts. That hurts, man. I think we played that probably as well as we could have. Although, yeah, what are you going to do? We love 3-betting out of the small blind, so we're not going to stop that now. It's been working for us pretty well, at least at this time, so we'll just see if it will pay off again. Ace 5, obviously, probably one of the only offsuited combos that's not Ace 10 plus that we're going to be even considering doing this with, and obviously fold to the shove. So that's too bad. We're going to be folding that. We're going to be maybe raising this. I mean, like, you can really get away with a lot in the blinds. A lot in the blinds. We're going to be testing a lot this stream. I want to know how much we can get away with on the button. We're really going to be testing that. It works here. Here, obviously, it didn't work. But now we get some initiative to play just due to the fact that, like, we have more aces. He's pretty dangerous board for this guy. We can even start overbetting some turns. And he's got a really tough decision. I think we're going to overbet once, and we're going to just check the river. Because the board texture isn't going to change much after this. I mean, yeah, obviously some flushes will complete, but nothing crazy. 6-4 offsuit, I think we can just let it go in the big blind. And you see the power of position. I mean, yeah, I don't know if we should be getting that loose, though. That's a little interesting to me. But I really think, deep stacked, we can kind of push a lot of this equity around, at least in the small blind and the button. We're going to be able to put a lot of pressure on people with shorter stacks such as this. So this is obviously a very standard raise anyways. We're not getting out of line there. But I just think in this pool, especially in 2-5 zoom, 2 cent, 5 cent zoom, you're just going to so often be able to steal these blinds. It's like almost disgusting how much people will just auto fold. This makes a lot of sense to me because we want to be able to stack him on the rivers that we hit our hand. So we want it a little bit larger, but nothing too crazy. Here we want to check call, obviously, with the back door. And we have nothing, so it doesn't make much sense to bluff. If he checks, he obviously has a combo we can call with. Guess not, he didn't. He had the exact same hand as us. We'll definitely be calling here, playing a lot of turns. That's a decent turn. That gives him some chance to have some now bluffs that we can capitalize off of. And considering our 10 plays, I think it's too good to not go for value here. And we get a quick fold. Don't know what he had. Probably just a pure bluff. And we got fours, so this is obviously going to get raised. I mean, we've raised some ridiculous hands on the button. I think, we're going to, until someone really bangs us, man, I think we're going to be raising whatever the fuck we want on the button, It's pretty crazy how much equity we've gotten from 3-betting the small blind and just, raising small blind and buttons because just people don't want to sit, but we got nothing better to do with our lives. All right, so backdoor, a lot of backdoors here. We're gonna just be betting 10 cents into here and 9-5 offsuit. We don't want to get squeezed. It's tough being in and out of position against one person and position against the other. Again, it doesn't make sense to me to just not keep barreling. This is probably how we want to be building this pot. We want to set our price to draw to the next card. He doesn't have stuff too often that can re-raise us considering we're blocking the nuts. And some of the time he'll just let it go. It's prime play. I don't even know how we ended up losing all this money. But King 10 offsuit, definitely worth a raise. We want to play a lot of turns here. Yeah, probably one of the best turns we could have gotten. And I think we maximize it. I mean, it just has so much little left. He folds a lot to here. We have a lot of outs that we can get, and we don't have, the big chance to hit. I mean, here, right? And he absolutely dominated us. Yeah. Not a great play. But again, short stacks, it's not the worst. I mean, he usually doesn't have maybe the nut ace combo there all the time. Kings will bring us back, though. Right back. That's the fun of zone. We'll raise this up. Hopefully we get 3-bet by someone in the big blinds. And here, I think it's worth it to just defend ridiculously in the big blind. Not against the 3-bet, though. Not against the 3-bet. Oh, kings again. They want us to get someone to re-raise us. One time, guys. We're going to re-raise relatively small. We are in position. And we want him to come along. But we'll take the equity too. 22 cents. No contest. Sevens here. We'll be raising up. A7 offsuit. We'll be calling, definitely. We'll be checking that. And sevens, we'll be calling. Very few combos we call in the small blind, but I think that's one of them that is perfectly fine multi-way to call. When we do not flop a set, though, I think it's best to tighten up. And yeah, definitely going to be letting that one go. 9 king offsuit worth a re-raise. I mean, this is just so profitable to attack the big blind. Just so profitable. Because once again, we'll say it, we said it, the whole game is just stealing the blinds, man. The whole game is just stealing this blind. Fold. Come on, man. You don't want to come along. All right. I just think this hits us more. We obviously have the backdoor nut combo with the 3. Ugh. We're going to be barreling one more, and then we'll just obviously fold. It's just like, it's just kind of like, it's got it or not. When he calls 3 times, like, we'll just check, tighten up. Yeah, you got us, but yeah, okay, sure. He's not always going to have such nutted combos, and those 2 bets put a lot of pressure on that range. And with 2-3 suited, we're not complaining. 2-3 offsuit, we're not complaining. We have so many rivers turns that we can be playing on so profitably. We don't block any of the flush draws that they might be doing this with. They could have 9-7. They're not going to feel that great about it. We're going to be 3-betting. We get called by the guy in position, which is too bad. This is going to be a big pot, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man. A complete blank. Just still makes sense to check a lot of our combos. And damn. I still like my re-raise on the flop. Some of the time they're going to be folding. It sucks that they didn't. And then we got 2 free cards out of it that we get it now. Got to the river for free, and like I think that doesn't always happen if we just call there. I think people might get a little bit more aggressive with their like ace-10 combos, and now we can just fold pretty happily. That we're not losing too much equity there. Pretty standard, I think. I don't know though, because like you want to play big pots, and that was gonna get huge pot if we get that 9, if we get that ace, you know, and like obviously we would like play it a little more passively if we get a diamond along those lines, but I have no problems with that aggressiver line. That's not a word, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Queen 5, ace jack. I think we just got a call. It's not a ridiculous combo to call with. Again, I mean, it's just so profitable to just try to steal that big blind. Look at him. He doesn't, I don't think he was even there. So. King 3. We will maybe defend that. Here, we're going to want to raise to about 36. Bet small. Nothing ridiculous. And check the King 3 combo. Check the King 3 combo. It's not the best of cards. Now, obviously, our jack doesn't play, so I think we want to just check one more time. Oh, and that's probably one of the best cards we could have gotten. If he checks here, I think we just got to go for value against, like, trips. Doesn't make sense to bet huge, and I think we get paid off so often here. Just so very often. I mean, we literally have one combo that we get value, or that we do this. And we don't. That's too bad. I actually really thought he was going to call. And once again here, I think with top pair, it's just very disguised. It's something that someone with like a 9 or a 6 might have more trouble getting away with. But better king. You can see we're definitely not always right. That's what I never understood, because if you look on YouTube and all these like sites on anybody streaming poker, it's always like them winning and them crushing, you know? Like some of the streams are getting a lot better where you get to see all the swings, but most of them are just going to be like pros playing stakes that like nobody plays, right? Like if you're even playing like 100 or like $200 buy-in poker online, like you're probably already like top 10% of the pro poker pool, of the poker playing pool. And so, you know, I mean, seeing people play like $1,000 buy-ins online, like it's cool, but it's not the majority, you know. And so what I really wanted to try to do is like create a database that shows what it's kind of like grinding poker, because I truly, from my experience, it's been very different. It's like you lose a lot, you get fucked a lot, and like it's about dealing with those swings. It's about making sure that you're making the best bluff selection combos, because like you even look on live TV and they're going crazy with like crazy combos and everything, and like long term, I don't think that's that profitable. And for like some small minority, like people will make a lot of money and they'll, make those strategies somehow work for them. But I don't think that's the general public's sentiment, that you can make money from just absolutely like punting off like with 2-5 offsuit, which you see sometimes in live. And so we got nines here though. Pretty decent flop for nines. Kind of want to thin out the pool. Don't think there'll be many turns that we can bluff off of either. So like bluffing now makes the most sense. And we do have the second largest pair on the board. Here we want to maximize pressure against this short stack with $1.26. We're definitely calling this off with ace king, and we get against pretty much the nut combo that we wanted to get against, and it just sucks that he obviously hits a set. So nothing too big though. I mean that's the ace king combo that we're definitely not going to be folding ever, and we pick up a nice flush draw with medium pair. We want to be building this pot a lot. Get value from his aces. Get value from even some of his flush draws and weaker nines or any nines, and we can still obviously turn that card, which is the nuts. And on when he checks, I think we want to just keep barreling small, keep his range just as wide. Going to be raising whatever we want on the button, usually when it folds around to us. That's a tough card to play. And he shoves. How many sets does he have? A lot. But we can't fold this combo. That sucks. That really sucks. I think that's like kind of a cooler though. I mean, we called him on the flop with the better hand. And, if the chance of him having a better combo are like 3. But that never feels good. That sucks. Maybe we don't call with Jack 7. Especially on a paired board, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe some advice there would be good. Some of the combos we want to post and see if people have more feedback on. Definitely close. Definitely very close. So we'll be defending deuce 3 suited. We'll be probably raising ace jack. Pretty small. We do have position. The back door. Still doesn't make sense to do anything crazy with that. But yeah, I mean, it does make sense for him to do that with some of the nutted flush draw combos. But it also makes sense for him to do that with like trip 5s, but that's pretty unlikely too, That's a good turn card, probably one of the best. We could set this up to maybe check raise on some bets. We want to apply maximum pressure to this, build this pot, and multi-way. This is probably the best play. Maybe not heads up, because it doesn't look as strong and get as many folds. You see, there you go, boys. You want those folds. Here, once again, probably one of the stronger combos we're going to be 3-betting in the small blind with, so definitely want to make sure that gets in the mix. And we'll just call with the 10-8 suited. I think it's a pretty good combo to just see a flop with. Don't have to get crazy. Maybe some 10-9 suited we can mix into 3-bet. With just not the best board, we really didn't want to hit that. We wanted some diamonds. We wanted some more of 9 jacks, not 9 kings, and so we can let that go. Especially played pretty passively pre-flop. We don't want to play too crazily. 10-8 suited again. Maybe we'll hit. Maybe we'll hit. We would love that to get this stack running back up. After that tough tough cooler. I think it's a cooler, but I will be posting on hand to get some feedback on it. 10-8 suited. We're going to be re-raising here. The jack does play. We got to go for some value, boys. Let's go for 60 cents. Get value from all of his weaker aces, and he just folds, so it's good for us. Always good for us. Just lock up that equity. 6 king suited. Well, it's like right on the cutoff. I think king 7 is usually the raising range we want to do here, but I mean, considering specifically the small blind's not super deep stacked, I think it's okay to just put some pressure. Obviously, the big buttons got a good amount, but it's pretty borderline. I think we can lead small here, pretend we have pocket pair, get called. Probably one of the better turns we could ever ask for. We're obviously going to be up against better kings a lot, so we want to check once and see what happens. 20 cents here. This makes a really, really, really good bluff hand. I want to bluff pretty large, so I'm going to go 118. Hope he folds. Here, he bluffs 91 cents into... That's tough, but I mean, I think it's a cool combo to bluff with. I think we're going to let this go. Just considering our 6 doesn't play anymore, the flush completes. He's bluffing 91 cents into multi-way. Like, how often do you really lead donk bet the river after a flush completes with nothing? I mean, that's pretty dangerous. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that high variance play. And here we'll be calling 4s. I think it's perfectly reasonable to try and set mine a bit here, especially multi-way. And we have a gut shot. That's really interesting. Half pot. He's somewhat likely to call. So I think we'll have a very disguised gut shot if we hit it here. I don't think it's ridiculous to float this some of the time, especially since we have the pre-flop aggression. It could lead us to consider a bluff. I think this is one of the worst bluffs that we would ever come to the river with, but I don't think it's good enough for like a check re-raise bluff. I think the check re-raise bluff, he would want to have some blockers to the ace. So here with 4s, no real equity at all. We'll be letting that go pretty soon. Yeah. And you can tell we're up and down, up and down a lot. Hopefully this session stays up, but you know, we're ready to punt off at least 50 bucks. I mean, we've been waiting a while to do some sketchy shoves. He leads 50 cents into us after we just called. I think it's perfectly fine to call. Turn some more. Gut shot equity. We have really good blocker to the nuts here, so I think it makes sense to just call somewhat. And we're going to expect to shove a good amount here. Pretty tough to play. Damn. This is one of our best combos to bluff catch with. We have a fantastic blocker to the nuts. Obviously, he shows up here with a lot of trip aces. So we're just going to fold. I mean, we just have one pair. It doesn't make sense to, like, go crazy with it. But damn, man, I'd love some analysis on that hand, too. Oh, a lot of tricky spots. But, I mean, that just seems like trip aces to me a lot. Argument there to be like, what do we bluff call then with, like, honestly, I think trip aces is the extent to which we want to bluff catch there, but maybe that's too tight. But that's what the general idea I get in zone is like, ranges are just tighter, especially triple barrel bluffs. You just don't see as often. But It's obviously because I don't call as often. So ace queen suited, we're going to be re-raising here. Somewhat large. Calling the queen six suited. Nice middle pair, just check that. Nice 6-5 suited. Huge hand, huge hand. We're going to be leading this combo now. Probably wanted a little less. I think I misread that. I wanted about 12. I think just check call. I mean, like, we just want him to be bluffing with a lot of combos, and, like, it doesn't make sense for a short stack to be bluffing too much. And once again, I think we're just going to check call because we just have the weaker kicker a lot of the times here. Yeah. Spidey senses were tingling, man. Spidey senses, dude. Seriously. Wonder how much we did have. I think I usually bugs. I don't know if you guys had that bug, but sometimes I can't reload in Ignition. Once again, we want to just be exploiting this big blind, and suited combos are probably good enough. You know, we want to just be raising whatever we want here. So wide. We get 3-bet so rarely. We'll be defending the big blind here. 7-5 offsuit is probably good enough to call once. Ace 3 suited, probably good enough to 3-bet. In the small blind, we do love our 3-bets. And we'll just be letting that go. Jack 6 offsuit, worst hand in short deck. Gonna be folding that and no longer holding 2. 17-27. Okay, this combo I think we can 3-bet relatively small just because of its playability. We want to take the initiative, maybe even take it down pre-flop, which is great for this type of combo. And we're going to be 3-betting aces. 271 cents. Sorry for the burp. Gotta drink some more Gatorade. We got Gatorade. With the aces, 3-betting it up. Get the jacks. Gonna be raising it up. Hopefully this guy has a range that can consist of some. That's tough. This is a board with a lot of backdoor equity, a lot of stuff we want people to fold, so we're going to go for that. And pick up a message. Nice. Well, I guess I'm going to go do that. So we'll wrap up our stream. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll play out the aces. We'll let the aces go in. We'll do some check calling here. It doesn't make sense to get outrageously on a line here. Oh, and we bowed up. Let's bring it into the full screen, guys. Boom. Will we get the 353 of value? 124. We're going to be re-raising him. Shoving him all in. Let's get it. All the value. And we get the fold. Alright, that's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. Still chipped up. Full buy-in. Gonna leave. And let's see how much we ended with in our bankroll. Alright, so we up $3 more. So we're slowly grinding our way up. Thanks.